Bitcoin update. So I was looking at the chart pretty in depth today, and this is what I got. It looks like this was the end of the overall first wave. The reason I say that is because in order for this to be a fourth wave, assuming the second wave is right here, you can go like this, and you can see it clearly goes by the 0.5 fib. And so while not 100% that it couldn't be, it's most likely this is the end of the first wave, and then we have ABCA, ABCB, and now we're in this right here, and the question is this a 5-wave move or is this a ABC move? And you can clearly see that if you take the parallel line and you draw it right here, I'll do it again. You can see that this right here is not coming any close to getting outside of that. So we would say that's definitely an ABC pattern. And then if you go down on lower time frames, let's go to the daily first, and you really break down this wave right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason that this is not a 1 is because the second wave doesn't hit the 50% retracement. So that's going to be a B. And then again, if you take parallel line from the start to the B wave, clone it, you'll see that we haven't even came close if this is going to be a 5-wave move both ways. This B wave only goes back to a little bit over the 0.23 fib, and this has not gotten outside of the parallel line to be considered a third wave. For it to be considered a third wave, it would need to pass, for me to change my mind and just say this is a really bad second wave, it would have to cross this area right here, around 11,000. And that could technically happen here maybe sometime in July. And this is just a really bad second wave because we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Could be 2, but we're saying B right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have one more move down here for the perceived C wave. But it needs to get past the 1.61 for me to change my mind. And it could do that here in a couple weeks. So if that happens, then I would change my mind probably and say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to go really, really low. Based on it right now, though, since I know right now it's considered an ABC pattern, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and my target, based on that, is around 14,268 or the 0.61 fib, 12,526. Those would be my two targets right now, somewhere in that area for the final leg down, and you see how that would finish below my target for saying it's a third wave. So if you follow like the fib retracement and the rules, then it pretty much works out every single time. So we'll see what happens on this fourth wave or the fifth wave. Can it break 11.2, or is it going to stay in this area for the final move and then bounce? So if it's a third wave, let's say we do go past 11.2, that's just a really crappy second wave, and Bitcoin can do that sometimes. It's kind of, I mean, I think it's ABC still. I don't think it's going to go below 11.2, but let's say it does. Let's say it goes to 10,000. Then I would get a bounce probably to 15,000, and then my target would be probably pretty low. Let me see here. This might even take it negative based on using this way of doing it. And yeah, see, that wouldn't work for that. So if it did go to 10,000, we would get a bounce to 15,000, and then somewhere between 10,000 and 0 would be the bottom. So in summary, basically this whole pattern, this has been ABC, this is ABC, and so typically it does go 3-3-5, and so I'm going to leave both options open. Even though the second wave sucks, it's still possible we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but more than likely A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, somewhere between 10 and 15,000. My absolute, I would say my target is 14.5 based on the fibs, and then we can look back here at support levels and just see. And as you can see, that's kind of interesting because 14.5 is literally like right at the top of this. So that'd be interesting if we went down and just hit the top of that, filled the gap, and then bounced. So I would say the best target is probably around 14,000 for Bitcoin before it bounces. And then if you've watched any of my other videos, we can zoom out to the monthly chart, and the next target, since it didn't break below the very start of the first wave, for the second wave, the next target would be a little bit over 100,000, 105,000. So, I mean, if you got some extra cash and you're waiting, you could start dollar cost averaging, or you could wait for it to actually bounce for the first wave and then come back in the second wave and then buy. So you're not catching a falling knife. But the target, if it does hold like 10 to 15,000 and bounces, would be 105,000 for the next overall wave, which that could take a long time, could take a couple years, could be fast, we don't know. But that's kind of what I got so far on Bitcoin. So 10 to 15,000, and then if that is the bottom, I would be searching for 105,000. So that's the update. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please like and subscribe.